So what we're going to do is, am I the asshole? What it is it's a subreddit where they ask, am I the asshole? And people, they write a story of something that happened to them, and then they just asking random people if they're the asshole in the situation. I think it's really interesting. That's kind of loud. That is kind of loud. Let's turn that down. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm probably gonna cut it out for the stream. I guess I'll leave the chat messages on there. I don't know if I want to do this or not. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Do I want to do an intro, or do I do the intro separate? Do I make an intro to put on there and then just put this on? Special beam coming at you. Welcome to another video. What we're doing today is called Am I the Asshole? I didn't mean to leave this up here on the screen. There we go, that's better. Am I the asshole? This is my desktop, just so you know. Shout outs to Roll. Basically what happens is the people on this subreddit, they type in their story for other people to read, and they ask, am I the asshole? A lot of people use it to solve issues. Some people just use it just so they can get the extra validation and all that kind of thing. We're going to use it for entertainment purposes. Let's find one of these to read, to watch. To read, to watch. Am I the asshole for refusing to get up at 5 to make my husband breakfast? I don't like that one. Refusing to speak to my sister because she wouldn't let my daughter be a flower girl at her wedding. I don't like that. For taking in one niece and not the other? Dang, that's kind of mean. For not inviting my friends for an annual New Year's trip because they didn't invite me last year. Nah, I think you're in the right in that one, no matter what. For saying hail Satan to 2 Jehovah's Witnesses who knocked on my door and then shutting the door in their faces. That's just kind of funny. For chipping dog poop into my neighbor's front yard. That one sounds like somebody about to be petty. Let's read this one. Okay, here we go. Excuse me. Am I the asshole for chipping dog poop into my neighbor's front yard? So, I bought my house about 3 months ago. When I moved in, I noticed there were a couple dozen lumps of dry dog dude on one side of my front yard. Before I mowed the first time, I went out and picked them up with a plastic bag over my hand. The next day, I noticed a couple more fresh turds on my lawn, so I kept an eye out for the culprit. Didn't take long to realize that my next door neighbor has some sort of bingy looking fluff ball of a pooch that they let out unattended for a couple times a day. The dog would sniff around for a while. Oh my gosh. The dog would sniff around for a while, then run over into my yard and poop every time. It was as if he was trained that way. The daily poop accumulation rate seemed to be 2 or 3. I hardly knew my neighbors, so I was hesitant to approach them with this sort of issue right out the gate. I waited a couple of weeks, but I made sure to go out and pick up the poop while my neighbors were outside. One Saturday afternoon, I saw my neighbor out front while I was tending the garden. I said hello and started a simple conversation. After a few minutes, I noticed the poop and said it would be appreciated if they could pick up after their dog. My neighbor laughed and said that's not from his dog, that there's a stray dog in the neighborhood that does that everywhere. What to do? I decided to train my video doorbell to the poop zone and set the sensitivity to high. Within a week, I had a robust collection of video evidence incriminating my neighbor's dog. I'm no poop pathologist, but it's also pretty clear to me that all the poop in my yard came from the same doggo bunghole. Armed with mountains of evidence, I took the opportunity to approach my neighbor's wife when she was walking the dog. I didn't go into forensic details, but I simply asked her if she wouldn't mind picking up after her dog in my yard. She also denied it, and the conversation ended awkwardly at best. I spent several more days. Dang, what'd I do? What's going on? So stop. Scroll back up. Where were we at? Here we go. I spent several more days noodling over what to do and decided to take matters into my own hands. I pulled a pitching wedge out of my golf bag and proceeded to chip dog scat from my front yard into my neighbor's. That's what he meant by chipping. He's using a golf club chipper. That's kind of tight. Beyond solving my immediate problem, I could also work a bit on my short game. That's funny. I like this guy. This went on for some time, became a weekly ritual that I sort of enjoyed. I did it without shame and in broad daylight. Everything was copacetic until last Saturday. I was out doing my thing when my neighbor's wife barged out of her front door screaming. She told me that I can't do that and called me every name in the book, including the obligatory a-hole word. I tried to keep my cool and told her that I was simply returning what was theirs. Last thing I heard was that she was calling the police as she left. I continued and finished up my chipping session. Never heard from the police, haven't seen my neighbors' faces, and I haven't seen another poop on my lawn. I'll probably have a horrible relationship with my neighbors forever now, but my immediate problem is solved. Am I the asshole? Edit. Lots of discussion about whether or not I showed the video. In my second encounter with the neighbor, I told him I had video of it. She said something like, "What?" And the conversation escalated to awkward and I ended shortly after, so I did not show the video, but I did tell them that I had it. Interesting. This one is pretty cut and dry though. He's definitely not the asshole in this situation. Like, at all. I thought, now, like I said, it's some petty stuff going on here. He ain't have to do all that. But he's like, he's completely in the right. 100%. Now, it's kind of messed up that he even did that, but it's funny. It's funny. I would do the same thing. I definitely would do the same thing. This one is like, there's no discussion here. He's very clearly in the right. Innocent, Your Honor? Yeah, pretty much. Not the asshole. You were simply returning the property. I agree. I agree. I think I'm going to do another one. Because this one was so, like, very cut and dry. If it's a stray dog and turn the dog over to a dog shelter, dang, that would be messed up. Just take their dog to a dog shelter because it's a stray, since they said it's a stray. Now that would have been the ultimate petty right there, to do that. Alright, let's read another one. That one was actually a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. Am I the asshole for reading a book instead of talking to my next the entire flight? I don't like that. It is weird that the dog is pooping specifically in their yard, like every time. Like it could poop anywhere, but it's going specifically to their dog. Am I the asshole for not cleaning up my daughter's poop? Another poop one? Chill. Am I the asshole for refusing to drive my drunk friends after I wasn't invited to their party? See, I don't want to do one that's like very clearly this person is the asshole. Am I the asshole for not attending my sister's wedding due to it being child free? I think I like this one because I want to read one in which the person is probably the asshole. Well, she's probably not the asshole in this situation, but I don't know. Let's read it. Am I the asshole for not attending my sister's wedding due to it being child free? My sister's getting married in a month, and she just now announced that her wedding is going to be child free. I don't mind the idea. My wedding was child free too. I'm a believer of child free weddings in general. But the thing is, I'm a mother of 2 kids. One of them is 2 years old and heavily disabled, and I can't afford to find care for her. The other one is barely a month old. Ugh, I see the problem already. To explain some things, my sister lives 8 hours away, and that's where her wedding will be. 8 hours? Okay, I see the problem. I see the issue. She'll rent out hotel rooms for the main family members, parents, and siblings of the couple. We'll spend 3 days there, 1 day before the wedding, and the day of, and 1 day after. The thing is, the hotel she booked has a no-kid policy, so anyone in the family with kids should hire a babysitter for those 3 days. I wouldn't mind hiring a babysitter, but it's the last-minute announcement, and to my area, it's nearly impossible to find a babysitter who can care for a special needs child and a newborn, which, to be honest, she's right, that's very difficult. A newborn already is kind of difficult to take care of, but a 2-year-old that's disabled and a newborn, chill. Also, I can't be away for 3 days from my newborn since I have to breastfeed. Golly, the problems are just piling on. This song sounds like CSI Miami. Yeah, kind of. My anime. I just noticed, I thought you just spelled it wrong, but I just noticed you specifically on purpose. My anime, that's funny. When I told my sister, she got mad. Wait, I skipped that. My husband and I had a discussion that either he or I should stay behind with the kids and one of us could attend the wedding. I could leave some breast milk on one of the special bags in the fridge for him to give to our newborn if I went into the wedding. We thought this would be a good compromise. When I told my sister, she got mad, said I'm not thinking of her special day and alright, chill. Said I'm not thinking of her special day and demands I find a babysitter and we can come as a couple. That chill, sister. I asked what her deal with me attending the wedding alone, and she didn't give a clear explanation. She just said that I'm the asshole for even daring to think that I'm not attending the wedding as a couple with my husband would be acceptable. That's interesting, because she could easily also just not go at all. I told her I'm sorry, I'm sorry for that, but my kid's needs comes first. I respect her decisions and rules about the wedding, but it's a last minute announcement. I can't find a babysitter right now since I've searched for endless hours for the solution was my last resort. And since the hotel has a no kids policy, and I can't bring the kids to the hotel at least so they'd be near in case of need, then one of the parents could say, yo, I'm gonna need y'all to learn how to write better, because these run-on sentences is not helping. It's not helping my situation here. If they were allowed in the hotel, I wouldn't have trouble finding a babysitter for a few hours, but a whole 3-day weekend is impossible. And I agree with her. My parents have told me I'm the asshole for ruining my sister's wedding, but I can't understand how that would possibly ruin her wedding at all. Exactly, just because she's not there? I told them that since she had a child-free wedding, she should expect that some people might not be able to show up and that not everyone has the money to give a babysitter every time they are invited to a child-free wedding, and she should... Ma'am, I agree with you. I'm on your side. But these run-on sentences, I'm gonna need you to chill with that. I need to breathe when I'm trying to read this out loud. So I'm gonna need you to chill with these run-on sentences. I told him that since she had a child-free wedding, she should expect that some people might not be able to show up and that not everyone has the money to give a babysitter every time they are invited to a child-free wedding, and she should be okay with people not coming if they can't. Am I the asshole? No, ma'am, you are not the asshole. This is very obvious, cut and dry. Did you realize a grown-ass woman was more important than children and more than that a special needs child? Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like this one's very cut. Bridezilla is she's definitely Bridezilla in this situation. Cause like, ma'am, it's the last minute. I got 2 kids. Even if the kids wasn't special needs, 2 kids for 3 days at the last minute, chill. Cause she's like, no. And that's one. It's one person. I can understand if the sisters are like close, that it might suck, but like at the same time, it is what it is. You just have to make the rules like this. Look at this first one. I was already with the NAH until your sister said you couldn't attend the wedding alone and that the hotel was child free. What the F is that? Came up with compromises and she stomped on them. She has basically engineered her wedding so that unless you output a significant amount of money and leave your kids with a sitter for 3 days, you can't attend. That's harsh. Not the asshole for you, but your sister. Exactly. That's exactly how I agree. That's how you know what? The verdict's in. Not the asshole, Your Honor. Safe. We're gonna workshop that. We'll workshop it. We'll workshop it. This first episode, we'll workshop it. This was fun. We did a couple of. All right, we start over. Yeah, this was fun. I had fun. But I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. SB Cannon signing out. And then that's when you get the. Huh? I like the song. I don't think I'm on beat because I think it's delayed a little bit. Dun, 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 dun. Song goes hard. Anyways.